We're going to look at what went down in the first race of the day. The problem started off the start line for Janine Davies as well as Redmond as they got held a little bit longer. There's probably going to be some complaints about how long they were held. But the rest of the guys managed to get off the line, watching the lights quite nicely. It was Robinson who got the whole shot. Bo Levy was up there in the early stages. Davies was given a jump start. Then the big situation was the dice for third and fourth place on the line. Local man Travis Warren was all the way up there. Robinson was extending things away, and then it was the big fight back for the jump start of Janine Davies. She closed things down. She got third place. Then she got her way through and passed over onto second. And then she went over and started chasing things down on the race leader. While that was going on, Justin Gillison, the man who fights for second and third place in the championship, was going hammer and tongs with Warren. Davies made her way through into the 2 spot and went hunting things down, leaving the rest of the guys to deal with it. Bo Levy was comfortable in third place. And then the battle on the road was a 3-way split. Darian Kaiser on the 600, just on the back wheel of Warren and Gillison. Gillison made it through there. Looked like Kaiser was going to get his way through as well, but the might of the 21 of Warren and the Honda closed things down. And then this was the turning point of the race. After doing her fastest lap, Janine Davies tipped it into Potters and front end went haywire. Tucked the front end, slid off the track, literally out of the race. No way of coming back from that one. That moved Bo Levy up into second place, and another flag and a clean run for Carl Robinson. He just had to do his own thing and stay out there. Second place was all about the KTM, but third place, it was Travis Warren who stayed himself in there for the third place. Flag was out. Robinson took the win, and then the KTM was in second, and the story was local kid Warren took third. We're looking at the highlights of the race now. Carl Robinson getting himself fired off the line once again, but it's the 600 of Kaiser that went with him. Bo Levy also figuring out how to get that RC8R 1190 fired off the line. The thing hooks up good, but in the early stages, it was the whole shot coming out of Bo Levy. He had to just hang on to that lead for 2 turns, though. Coming into rifle range is where he had to surrender the lead, and after that, just start saying goodbye to the back wheel of Carl Robinson. Towards the end of the race, Robinson was extending his lead out and just lapping his way through. Bo Levy eventually faded back into the clutches of Justin Gillison. Gillison there, he's got himself stuck with that race for a little while. Kaiser was along for the ride for most of the way through the race. And then, unfortunately, Kaiser, something went wrong with the bike. It almost looked like it just ran out of gas, and he was left to do a little bit of fighting by himself, literally having to walk the bike off. That happened a little bit later. Traffic became a little bit of a problem towards the end of the race, as Havinger had to get lapped not once, but twice on the 750. Remember, he was only running a lap time of a 1:40. The backstory to this race was our big crash from race number 1, the very first crash of the day. Janine Davies going down hard, going into Potters, and then the man with the biggest heart on the race day so far, Bo Levy, lending his spare bike out of the Klerksdorp Moto KTM camp so that she could stay in the championship and keep the fight running. But no problems for the man on the day who just dedicated both of his race wins to his old man, and that's Carl Robinson. He was plain sailing and cruising the last couple of laps. Bo Levy eventually had to fade out. Looked like he had some problems, maybe bottoming his bike out and couldn't keep the mid-corner speed going. That gave the advantage to Justin Gillison. Gillison was just building speed the whole way through, managed to get himself rid of the 600 bike, which by this stage was getting pushed off the grid. But the flag was out, and we were heading all the way through to victory lane with Carl Robinson. Gillison got the job done and came across the stripe in the 2 spot, stayed ahead of the KTM, and the guys put on a show. There was only 0.2 between them as they crossed the line, and that wrapped up SuperM Racing.
SuperM Racing.